Mass evacuations, consistent airstrikes, and raids on the last functioning hospitals. This is the picture of northern Gaza. Israel says it's intensified its military operation there to destroy Hamas, who they say have regrouped in the north. Tens of thousands of people have had to flee from their homes in recent weeks, including Mohammed, a 16-year-old boy whose name we've changed to protect his identity. He and his mother documented parts of their evacuation.
The soldiers separated the men from the women and put them in a school and made the women continue walking.
قعدت أصور هيك أنا والله عشوائيا ما كانش قصدي لإشي بس إني أفرجي جوزي بس نروح ولا بس نضلنا سلمين إن شاء الله.
They've given us a rare glimpse of what those displaced from northern Gaza have experienced, revealing a picture that foreign journalists without access to the area are unable to capture. Through this eyewitness testimony, geolocating videos of mass displacement and analysing Israeli evacuation orders, Sky News has investigated how civilians are being forced to leave the north and the conditions some are facing on their journey to escape. Sky's data and forensics team geolocated 17 videos and images posted online between the 19th and 25th of October, showing mass evacuations and detentions. This video, taken by an Israeli soldier, shows hundreds of Palestinians fleeing on foot. Women and children carry their belongings, while armoured vehicles and soldiers watch close by. The Israeli army has said publicly that its forces have facilitated these evacuations. Other videos capture a different part of the IDF's operation. Over a dozen detained Palestinian men are seen blindfolded and escorted by Israeli soldiers in this video. Israel says it has arrested hundreds of militants in the north, but the exact circumstances of the video are unclear. The IDF told Sky News they were working to detain only those who were suspected of involvement in terrorist activities. They added that those not involved are released as soon as possible, and that the IDF treats detainees with dignity and in accordance with international law. Mohammed and his parents had been staying in a house next to Kamal Adwan Hospital, and on the 22nd of October were forced to evacuate. They began walking to the Indonesian hospital, but were intercepted by IDF soldiers who separated the men from the women and the children. Mohammed said he was taken to Al Kuwait school with his father and a group of other men.
We were ordered by the army to go to the school. We sat in the schoolyard and the army was around us from all sides. Then we sat in the yard from 8 a.m. in the morning until 5 p.m. under the sun, without water, without food.
His mother was taken to this sandy area with dozens of other women and children where she filmed these videos. In this clip, you can see what appears to be a tank stationed next to the crowd. Our analysis of the video found that these buildings in the background match buildings seen in this satellite image of the same location. Mohammed's mother's retelling of this part of her journey also lines up with the footage.
بطلع اني اشوف وين قرايبي وين اللي بعرفهم مش عارفه حدا قاعد الجندي يقول لي اقعدي هان اقعدي تتحركوش.
Hours later, his mother was released and she began making her way south. Mohammed and his father were released separately later that day, for hours before reuniting in Gaza City. Our analysis of the evacuation orders reveals that over the course of 5 days in mid-October, the Israeli military ordered the evacuation of 90% of North Gaza Governorate, an area half the size of Manchester. The UN said that in October, 60,000 people were displaced from North Gaza. They say an estimated 90,000 still remain as of the 1st of November. Often urged civilians to take the Salah al-Din road down to Mawasi, where there is now a sprawling refugee camp on the beach. But the distance from the north to get there is 16 kilometers long and can take several hours. The majority of those displaced carry their belongings on their backs, with no guaranteed safety from the fighting. Experts say the movement of people is not unreasonable if there is a military justification.
There can be a military rationale for this under the Geneva Conventions. If it is necessary to move people out for overwhelming military reasons, that can be permissible, providing that the power that is moving those people out provides for their medical welfare, for their food, water, and sanitation. Now, so far, in the evacuations that we've seen in the last 12 months in Gaza, that has not been the case.
The IDF said to Sky News it's evacuated people to Al-Mawasi and has provided tens of thousands of tents for the displaced. Mohammed and his family are now reunited in Gaza City. Like many displaced residents from North Gaza, they're unsure whether they'll ever be able to return home again.